So before we get to the truly stunning demonstrations of Tesla's actually smart summon, also known as ASS, currently rolling out mind-blowing stuff with huge implications. I'm just kidding, Tesla's just a car company. This is just driver assist. Everyone's got this, nothing to see here. Move along. Boy, is there a lot of news to discuss. First of all, Hyundai is going NACS native. Remember that time when Tesla developed a charging standard and literally called it the North American charging standard when no one else was using it because they knew everyone would eventually use it and adopt it, and then everyone else is using it and adopting it? Well, here we are. Introducing the all-new 2025 IONIQ 5 XRT. What a word salad. Where electric meets adventure. Rugged styling here, cool story bro. What's the point? Starting this fall, all of our 2025 IONIQ 5s will come with a Tesla NACS port, as in that's the charging port, unlocking 17,000 plus superchargers across North America. So you got to give some credit here to Hyundai. They're trying their best, and their brains are large enough to realize that manufacturing vehicles with the NACS charger is the obvious move. So credit where it's due. By the way, can you imagine, I mean, this is a crazy scenario, but just imagine there was a company like Ford or Government Motors who somehow had developed their own charging standard and were in a leadership position and had an extensive charging network. Do you really think that they would be offering other companies to use their charging technology? Unlikely. And now, some news from Volvo. Swedish automaker Volvo said today it had abandoned its ambition/plans to sell only fully electric cars by 2030. Volvo said in a statement that by 2030, it now aims for between 90 and 100% of cars sold to be, wait for it, fully electric or fake electric vehicles, aka hybrids, while up to 10% would be so-called mild hybrid models if needed. Now, I've said it before, I will say it again. Any companies out there today who expect and or worse are actually planning to be selling any vehicles in 2030 or beyond that aren't fully electric are fucked. 2030, more than half a decade from now. In that time, the cost for companies like Tesla and Chinese EV manufacturers to produce compelling, high performance, low maintenance electric vehicles will continue to fall dramatically. Today, in the United States, you can already buy an entry-level Tesla vehicle for less than the average new vehicle transaction price, as the cost of electric vehicles dives significantly below a comparable and then vastly inferior internal combustion engine vehicle. The only consumers who will still be considering buying an internal combustion engine vehicle are the same people who advertising is rather effective on. But as the financial case for an electric vehicle, e.g. much cheaper and better performance, becomes increasingly more compelling over time, the number of consumers who will still be able to be fooled by advertising will dwindle as internal combustion engine vehicle buyers shift dramatically to one far end of the intelligence bell curve until there's nobody left. Today, it's a toss-up if you can afford an electric vehicle or an internal combustion engine vehicle. Whatever. A few years from now, you'll have to be stupid to pay significantly more for a vastly inferior product that also costs more to maintain. Think about this differently. Imagine today that Nokia was still manufacturing dumb phones at volume, and consumers had the choice of buying an iPhone or paying 2 or 3 times as much money for a dumb phone from Nokia. The only people who'd be buying the dumb phones are extremely stupid and or people just want to look cool. Oh, look at me, I don't want a smartphone, I'm unique. Morons. So the fact that we're seeing companies like Volvo backtracking on their already not ambitious enough targets for electric vehicle production and sales, very bad sign. Meanwhile, about 24 hours after rumours that Volkswagen will be shutting down a bunch of plants, first sign of their inevitable bankruptcy proceedings, so surprised, it appears the German government may be attempting to provide a low-key bailout of sorts. German government agrees to proposals for tax relief on electric vehicles. Under the draft approved on Wednesday, companies would be able to deduct up to 40% of the value of newly purchased electric and qualifying fake electric vehicles from their tax bill in the year of their purchase, falling progressively to 6%. Now, this is huge and unnecessary, unless, of course, you're trying to stop companies like VW going bankrupt. Because remember, this is for EV relief, not for consumers in Germany, but companies, big buyers. Now, 40% is massive. But you know, who stands to benefit the most from this? Anyone know companies that produce compelling electric vehicles in Germany at scale? Anyone have any ideas? Yeah, no, neither do I. Anyway, moving on. Auto Industry Association, VDA, meanwhile, hailed the government's plans. Quote, "This is an important and correct signal that is urgently needed, especially given the abrupt discontinuation of the environmental bonus at the end of last year, blah, blah, blah." And then more claims about weaker demand for electric vehicles. There ain't weak demand for electric vehicles. if they're affordable enough and compelling enough, you'll sell every one you can make. So stay tuned. There could be some enormous commercial orders coming through for Tesla Model Ys, especially in Germany in the months ahead. And now, the big news. Tesla's arse actually smart summon. This is with Hardware 3, or AI 3 as it's now called, tested in a Costco car park. So check this out. I'm going to play this video for you guys while I talk. There's some labels and titles on screen providing a little bit of additional context. But what we're seeing right now is, in fact, a vehicle produced by Tesla in a car park with its big fucking brain and its cameras only, no LiDAR, no radar, navigating, giving way, heading toward the owner of the vehicle, who is, I believe, here, yes, filming the interaction right now. There's people looking at the vehicle going, bro, what the fuck? There's no driver. Is it safe? What the hell? He's probably talking to them saying it's safe. It's actually smart summoning, right? A vehicle pulls over on the right side so that he can get into the driver's seat. Now, this is a hugely important step. If you're not aware, Tesla has already solved highway driving, right? I mean, it's not that complicated of a problem. You've got gentle curves, clearly delineated lines, and a severe lack of chaos. You don't really find pedestrians walking across highways, do you? There's 3 essential components to autonomy. Highways, that's a done deal. Yesterday's news, last decade's news, solved. You also have city streets, an extremely challenging problem, most of the way solved. And again, we are seeing end-to-end videos of completely intervention-free drives in cities, especially San Francisco, in Tesla vehicles, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, not even touching their wheel once. But this is the last step. You need all 3 of these pieces of the puzzle to truly solve autonomy. The vehicle needs to be able to navigate anywhere it can legally drive. And car parking lots are the ultimate form of chaos. Not only do you have some of the conventions that apply to city streets, but you also often have unique markings for parking spots where people can and can't drive. You've got shopping carts all over the place, kids, people in the way. Sometimes you've got to break the rules, so to speak, and go on the wrong side to get around something. You've got to be very careful because there's a lot of unpredictable surprises that can be just around the corner. This is very important. Notice the stop sign, by the way. The vehicle turns the corner, heads right, sees a stop sign on the right there, stops for the sign in the car park. Impressive. Sees the pedestrians. Pedestrians are stopped. Car's like, what the fuck? I'll give way. Pedestrians, I think, interacting with the owner of the vehicle who's saying, bro, it's okay, you can cross. Yep, see, there's definitely an interaction there. And now they cross safely. So imagine you're in a Tesla Robotaxi and it's just dropped you off at Costco and now you're doing your shopping and off it goes. Needs to pick someone else up. It's got to be able to get in and out of the car park, not just to drop you off, but also find its way back out to pick up the next passenger. Now, I want to emphasize something here. There's no driver in this vehicle while it's being summoned. The fact that Tesla is starting to roll this software out shows that they themselves are extremely confident in its safety profile in parking lot and parking garage-like conditions. On screen now, as I continue to talk, a couple more examples of actually smart summon doing its thing, a few different parking lots. This time, look, you got cracked bitumen, right? I don't know what you guys call that in the US. The lines are pretty faded as well. So it's not an ideal set of circumstances, a little bit dingy and rough. Yet still, would you know that this car is driving itself versus having a human driver if you didn't know? I personally would not be able to tell. Seems to be behaving like a typical human would in a parking lot. We can see the same smart summon here, exact same path, exact same result. This is the distinction between hardware 3 and 4. Oh wait, there isn't one. Exactly the same performance, same capabilities. Imagine that. A software update, turning this on over the air. I saw this one as well. Oh, by the way, FYI, in case you guys didn't notice, I had those videos playing back at double speed to save you a little bit of time. I don't want to give a false impression, but I'm just making sure people understand. Now, I'm bringing this down to 1x speed just to emphasize what this actually looks like. With apparently Winnie the dog behind the wheel. Kind of hilarious. Just imagine you're in a parking lot and you see some shit like this. I mean, it's got to happen, by the way, because people have their pets in their vehicles, right? And people are going to be summoning and people are going to be seeing shit like this and freaking the fuck out, having super viral moments as well. All right, back to double speed again. I just want to save you guys time. Not trying to be deceptive here. That's why I'm disclosing. Just wanted to share this. It'll take a little bit under 1 minute to play through end to end. Another video of a Tesla vehicle actually smart summon at Costco. Okay, so let's watch this clip. Again, this is at double speed. Vehicle pulling out of a car space, then having a quick scoot around the parking lot. Now, you guys might recall that I happen to have produced a Tesla valuation model for my own personal needs. I decided to share it. If you guys want to see it, you can access it on Patreon. Just join at the investor level above and click the link in the pinned comment. And far and away, the biggest contributor to Tesla's long-term value this decade, as in the next 10 years, not the actual decade, is autonomy. Though could be wrong, humanoid robot does start to have a minor impact around 10 years from now. But autonomy is an absolutely massive deal. You will not find a Cruise or Waymo vehicle doing this, navigating like a fucking boss. And this requires vision having been solved, real-world intelligence. This is not a party trick. Look at the absolute chaos here, right? One mistake, you got a dead pedestrian, somebody being run over. This shit is incredibly impressive. The fact that Tesla are now confident enough to allow this to happen in car parking lots, not someone's private driveway. This is a hugely important moment. Remember, autonomy is a deca-trillion-dollar opportunity. Believe your eyes. Watch videos of Actually Smart Summon. This is the final piece of the puzzle. My only question now is how much longer until software is capable enough at every stage, highways, city streets, and parking lots, that Tesla themselves have enough data to show unequivocally it's safer than human drivers and are themselves comfortable with that safety profile and begin rolling out the Tesla app and scaling the Tesla Robotaxi fleet. I really don't see this taking more than another 12 to 24 months. And that could be conservative. Don't say I didn't warn you. Want more content? Early access? Bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 is awesome. I've been taking it daily now for more than 3 years. It's a great way to fill in nutritional gaps. It's packed full of vitamins, minerals, and whole food source nutrients. Plus, has prebiotics, probiotics, and adaptogens to improve gut health, regularity, and help your body handle stress. I'm always looking for an edge to help me feel and perform my best, which is why I haven't missed a day of AG1 for more than 3 years. And I haven't missed a daily video in more than 3 years. Must be a coincidence, right? Just try it and see how you feel. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs. But don't take my word for it. This is what viewers of the channel had to say after trying AG1. I feel like I have a lot more energy since I started on AG1. By the way, viewer, that makes 2 of us. On to the next. Just got my AG1 in the mail. Legit feeling the effects after day 3. This viewer's been taking AG1 for 8 months and says, what an investment. Another. 3 months ago, I started AG1 and have been enjoying the evenness of alertness and energy that lasts the day. I just started the wife on it too. Are you convinced yet? I mean, hey, it's worth trying, right? Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR or I can keep going. Plenty more to come. This viewer, after about a month on AG1, definitely a lack of fatigue in the afternoon. Pleasant side effect is that my coffee intake has imploded and is almost down to 0. One more? Yeah, why not? I honestly feel younger and will be continuing to use AG1. This stuff really is crazy good. I didn't think it would be, but this stuff is awesome. It really is what everyone is saying. One more? Don't mind if I do. I've just received my 3rd month supply. I've drank it every day. I have so much energy throughout most of the day. I'm productive, started a new business, started socializing, refurbished a boat. It's no coincidence. Thank you for your persistence, your integrity, and your insights. Now look, these are not my words. These are not my testimonials. This is what you guys and girls are saying. Maybe it's 100% placebo effect. But even if that's the case, I think it's money well spent. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs. If you're still skeptical, hey, I don't blame you. Everyone on the planet seems to be promoting AG1 now, but guess what? They weren't nearly 3 years ago when I had this to say privately to my Patreon audience before there was a relationship, when I was asked about what I was doing for my health, energy, and so on. Just sharing my genuine, honest thoughts about a product I'd recently discovered that was at the time called Athletic Greens, now AG1. If I could only recommend one supplement to take, Athletic Greens, and I'm not getting paid to say this, Athletic Greens is a fucking game changer. I cannot believe how effective this is. No longer having a lack of energy in the afternoons. It's fucking amazing. There's only one thing to recommend seriously. Try Athletic Greens. You won't go back. So obviously, just like Elon Musk is a liar, a fraud, a con man, a scammer, a fake engineer, and Tesla's going bankrupt, you shouldn't trust that guy from about 3 years ago who, without any financial incentive, was promoting this product to his audience on Patreon when they were asking about health and what he's doing for supplements. Because obviously, there was some other reason he recommended that, obviously. Not sure what it was, but don't trust that guy. And all the testimonials, like my mental game has improved with AG1. I feel better than ever. I'm so impressed I've bought it for both my parents. I feel more focused and have better digestion. Incredible difference. No more afternoon fatigue. It's relieved gut issues. These are all just obviously fake testimonials from fake people. Right? Wrong. Just try it. Unless you hate yourself. If you hate yourself and you don't even want to risk possibly feeling better, this is not for you. But for everyone else, what's the worst that could happen? Try it for a month. See how you feel. It's a no-brainer. Just click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR. You'll get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 and K2 plus 5 travel packs. And you'll take the colossal risk that maybe you might have a similar experience to some of the people whose testimonials we've read in this video.